Del K. Brereton, and this is The Real Spiel. Shallow Institute, stand up. To all the Cyclopses that are in the building, that's the membership, you know. And to my brother in arms, the Hebrew scholar, Dr. David Israel. To all my friends who are on the spiel with me. Looking to see if I can re-engage some of my friends from the past. Just put that up there, make sure I don't have any interruptions. Can't have any interruptions here. But I'm here to have a conversation with you today, as I normally do, on the live drive about number 47. Hey, listen, it is incredible. It is incredible and should raise your eyebrows that 47 hates China, but he loves North Korea. He don't like China, but he loves him some Kim Jong. Oh boy, he loves him some Kim Jong. He loves North Korea, but he hates China. Isn't that curious to you? Isn't that curious to all you Americans who are just sitting at the trough of Donald Trump, just sopping it up? Does that make sense? Because China doesn't want any smoke with America. Why would they? Why would China want any smoke with America, Canada? We're their largest consumer. We are. We're the largest consumer base. The West is the largest consumer base for China. Why would China want any smoke? Why does Trump hate China so much? I posted a link in here because some of you guys don't believe the things that come out of my mouth. There's only one reason that the leader of the not-so-free world has such a turn on. I don't want to say anything ridiculous because this is a family show. Why he's so turned on about turning China off, and then at the same time he loves a dictator in North Korea. There's only one reason. Do you know what it is? Drum roll, please. My drummer must have not come. The producers have to fix that. It's because Trump has resentment with failed businesses in the Chinese economy. And all of his issues with China is simply financial get back. That's it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Number 47 has a personal vendetta in respect to China with some failed business deals that he has had from 2008 till now, where the Chinese have stopped him from making his Trump billions. And effectively, all of this is get back. All of this is forcing the hand of China so that the other invisible but not so invisible arm of the Trump empire can get beneficial treatment from China so that Trump can relax on some of his so-called policies to make China pay. Actually, China is trying to put Trump hotels all over China right now. They've been trying to buy up Trump properties. But at the same time, Trump has had many deals, many complete failures actually, in China. And so for Donald Trump, for 47, for the leader of the not-so-free world, China is a major conflict of interest. A major, major conflict of interest. And the American people should be very concerned with Trump's allegiance with a North Korean dictator, especially since Putin and North Korea, Kim Jong, have just signed a treaty together. I think this was just signed this week, that they are going to support each other militarily. Currently, there is 50,000, all you Trumpomaniacs, all you MAGA people, check my words, there's 50,000 Korean soldiers in Russia about to participate in Russia's fight with the Ukraine. 50,000. And America should be very concerned that the extensive military might of North Korea has combined itself with Russia, while Trump is out here trying to put economic sanctions on the Chinese, who have no interest, no military interest whatsoever in America. They have no military agenda anywhere in the world. None. All China wants to do is trade. All China wants to do is create goods, is to be the Walmart of the world. That's all they want to do. And Trump has an issue with China, and he's passed it down to all of you drones, you non-thinking drones, you hive-minded Borg drones. You gotta be a Trekkie to understand that. To feel that there's a problem with China. There's no problem with China. Let me say it again. Let me say it so you can hear it in the back, so you can hear it in Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, so you can hear it in Baton Rouge. There is no issue with China and America that needs to be fixed. None. None whatsoever. There's no issue with China and North America that needs to be fixed. This is what America needs to take the page out of. They need to take the page out of Africa. China and Africa and recently the Caribbean, but let's focus on Africa, have had a marvelous relationship. Marvelous relationship. And I dare say to you too, Africa and Russia have had a fantastic relationship too. Fantastic. Fantastic. Especially South Africa. But that's a secondary conversation. Let's get to China. China as a trading partner, the Chinese as trading partners are fantastic. They're fantastic trading partners. Let me tell you why, especially to developing. If your nation, let's start at zero. Let's say your nation has no natural resources, because the natural resource thing is easy. But let's say you don't have any natural resources. There's nothing for the Chinese to really come in there and dig in the ground again, right? Namely Africa. What the Chinese will do is the Chinese will come in and facilitate and help you build infrastructure. The Chinese will lend you money. Let me show you something. They will lend Africa money. And when they lend you the money, they're lending it for infrastructure things. They don't just lend it, they come in and they help facilitate and build the infrastructure too. Yes, you're not getting a lot of jobs out of that because they're bringing Chinese workers to do it. So Africa's not being stimulated, their economy is not being stimulated by African new jobs when the Chinese are coming in to do things. But okay, you can't have everything. They're lending the country money, billions of dollars. They come in and they build infrastructure. They set up a loan payment plan, and they say to you, if you don't pay us back, we take control of your utilities until you pay us back, and we will help build the infrastructure. That's a fantastic scenario for a developing nation. You get Chinese technology, Chinese ingenuity, you get the swiftness of construction by the Chinese, and all of a sudden, you hit the ground running. Let me tell you what else is happening. You get the benefit of Chinese automotive and industrial manufacturing. That's correct. So for example, in Africa, let's start in the area of the regular person, generators, because their power grids in some African countries, not most, some African countries are not good. So you get Chinese generators. For the merchants, you get Chinese textiles, affordable at the level that your African economy can afford it. Let's continue. You get Chinese automotive. That's right. The Chinese right now are making the cheapest electric vehicles, the most dynamic and technologically savvy electric vehicles that, guess what? They won't allow to be sold in America because they'll put all of these manufacturers out of business. Because the Chinese cars are better. They've got more amenities. They're better. Some of these cars are amphibious electrical cars. Luxury level at a third, at a tenth of the price. But America's not going to let you sell those cars in America. They are being sold in Africa. Chinese African cars are all over the place. They're fantastically designed. They're beautiful vehicles, and they're affordable. China is a fantastic trading partner. Fantastic trading partner. But Donald Trump, he wants to go in there and pillage, make money in China. And the Chinese are saying, doesn't work for us, Donald. But you can bring a few of your hotels over here. But Donald has a vendetta that he's trying to get in a pound of flesh from the Chinese economy. There is no issue with the Chinese trading relationship with the West. Zero! You're going to see it. Because when he puts all those tariffs on China, you're going to see what stuff costs you on Amazon now. You're going to see how stuff costs you on Temu now, baby. You'll be like, wait a minute, I thought Temu was cheap. Not anymore. Donald. That's for you in America, though. We don't have those crazy tariffs over here. Let's move on to Russia. Russia is also a fantastic trading partner for certain things. For certain things. I see your comments. I'm coming to your comments. When South Africa was neck deep in having to battle for the lives of black South Africans, the Africanists declared that these people were not people. When America was sitting on their hands and allowing apartheid to just happen, doing nothing, doing zero, Russia was helping the South African be able to stand up and to fight and to hold on to their dignity. Russia was doing that. Russia came to the aid of South Africa. America did nothing. And why do you think today, this moment, this second, this instant, this moment in the sun, that Africa doesn't want nothing to do with America? Africa doesn't want nothing to do with America. America's done nothing for Africa. And in the past, all they did is overthrow regimes, give dictators money, not build anything, overthrow particular regimes so that certain individuals can be killed. That's it. That's all they've done. They haven't done anything for Africa. They haven't built anything for Africa. They didn't help Africa when Africa was being cut into pieces by Leopold and the Council of Berlin. They did nothing. They said, "Oh, you Europeans go chop it up if you want to. We got our Africans already." That was post-slavery. That was 20 years post-Lincoln reluctantly freeing the slaves. The Council of Berlin, go take a look at it. It's when the European powers decided that we're going to go up and chop Africa up into bits and everybody's going to get their piece. America said, go right ahead. We ain't going to do anything about it. So, this is the question that you have to ask yourself. How does 47 justify this incredible affection he has with dictators. He loves Putin. We know he loves Putin. He loves Putin. He's got a man crush on Putin because Putin's such a smart guy. And if you don't know that, you're a complete dummy. If you don't know that Putin is probably the most brilliant world leader today, there's nobody who's got that guy's brain. Nobody, not even Elon Musk, has Putin's brain. Okay? He's probably the most brilliant leader that has been around in 100 years. He's a brilliant man. You don't know that because all of the propaganda and rhetoric. But let Putin sit down and go watch some Putin conversations and listen to this man recite history. He's a brilliant fellow. And Trump loves that guy. He has to. Yeah, he can't. When you get into the presence of individuals that grandiose, it's hard not to. And Trump also loves that little dictator in Korea. He loves that guy. I don't know why. But America should be very concerned when Donald Trump is saying, I'm going to end this war in the Ukraine, when Putin has now gotten a very, very powerful ally, signed documents, and has a designation, or has a commitment, rather, better word, for hundreds of thousands of troops. Because like I've been saying about Israel, like I've been saying about Russia, but not saying it as much, the issue is not the need for technology, the issue is the need for bodies. They're going to run out of bodies. And that's why 50,000 North Koreans is a great thing for Putin to have, because they need boots on the ground. Because they're not just trying to level the place. They're not trying to do what Israel is doing and just level the place, right? And Israel is leveling the place because allegedly most of our so-called enemies are underground, but they've leveled the place. Putin doesn't want to level the place. He just wants to take control of it. He wants to control it. So, but Trump loves dictators, but he hates China. And no one is sitting around saying, wait, that kind of does make sense. No one is examining how it's going to affect the economy of the world when America starts messing around with the delicate balance of Chinese trade. It's ridiculous. No one wants manufactured anything from America, including Americans. You don't want your cars to be manufactured there. You don't want your t-shirts to be manufactured there. You don't want your toothbrushes to be manufactured there because it's too doggone expensive. Period. The little things that you guys got going on there, keep them. You know, you set up these unions. You set up your country that people are going to go and get great jobs and work for solid money, and that's fantastic. That's a wonderful thing because people are getting taken advantage of. But now the world is a whole new place, and companies have become multinationals. They're saying, we're not an American company, we're a company, and we exist anywhere. And if you workers don't want to work for what we need you to work for us to make billions of dollars, we're going to take it elsewhere and let other people build it. And they have been doing that in China. Everybody's been doing it in China. China is the gold rush. China is where the new oil wells of industry are. In China. And I don't understand why you're allowing a man who does so much business in China that has failed, that has been on record failing, that has an agenda to penalize the Chinese economy because his business deals have failed there. How are you letting him get away with that? How? I don't understand. How you let, and you know it's directly going to affect your pocket. You know it's directly going to affect American consumer goods when you tell Everyone, when you tell Nike, when you tell Reebok, Adidas, when you tell all these car manufacturers, everybody, that hey, if it's coming from China, buddy, it's going to have a tariff on it. And this is Donald Trump's master plan. His master plan is, well, all that's going to happen is they're going to move their manufacturing to the U.S. Why would they do that? It's better to pay it's better for the tariff for them. Why would they move their manufacturing to the U.S. and astronomically increase their labor costs? It's not a sensible thing. Let me see what y'all got to say here. I love Putin because Putin is a nationalist. I'm neither a Republican or a Democrat. Let me go take I gotta go take a better look at you folks here. Turn my car. The live drive. I love my live drive. I really do. I got some good people on my live drive too. Yeah, it's like Trump said. There are some good people in Charlottesville on both sides. I got some good people on my live drive on both sides. Yeah, I really do. I'm just gonna sit up in here for a second. Yeah. The live drive has just parked itself. Let me take a look at your comments as I head down the road in a second. Great comments. Thank you very much for all your comments. I see this as a political stream. Which party do you claim? I claim the party of Yahweh, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. That's my party. He's not political. I would say mostly activist or sociological perspectives. So no, I'm not sure who you're speaking of. No black Russians, though. There are black Russians, actually. There are. I'll give you a little history on that if you want. Let me see. That's what they believe, but Russia ain't ever had no slaves. Thank you very much, Zenobia. Russia has never been a colonizer. Russians don't go in there and pick up slaves, colonize anybody. Russia and Africa have always had a great relationship because of that. My ancestors were also slaves. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Who are they? Were they the Irish? Who are your enslaved ancestors? I would love to hear this. I love Putin because Putin's a nationalist. I read that in many world leaders are very smart, to be honest. Good morning, good evening. Some are very smart, but Putin is ahead of the curve. Putin ain't never did nothing to black people. That's exactly right, Zenobia. Let me see. That's because Little Rocket Man has the ability to unite the entire Korean peninsula. If you're calling Kim Jong-un Little Rocket Man, what are you calling Elon Musk? What do you think Elon Musk is making? Do you think Elon Musk is trying to send people to Mars? Elon Musk is the next weapon manufacturer of the world. You watch and see. I am a joke. I love to joke. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. I belong to the party of common sense. Oh, I love that. Let me see if I can say your name properly the first time. Mukhanbinder Singh. That is a fantastic, powerful name. I love that name. Okay, I'm gonna continue my drive because y'all ain't said nothing I needed to read, except for you, Zenobia. Listen, you want to call him Rocket Man, eh? You want to call Kim Jong-un Rocket Man? That Rocket Man isn't stupid. That Rocket Man isn't stupid. I'll tell you that. Because what on earth would cause people to say that the most dangerous human beings in the history of the world, the Europeans, most dangerous, all you Romans, you Roman citizens, you Romans of all the tribes of Rome, you Latins, and you barbarians, you Germanics, the most dangerous human beings in the world. Why would anybody want to leave you guys alone with nuclear weapons? With technology of mass destruction? Huh? Nobody would do that and leave you alone. And now you want to call him Rocket Man? If Kim Jong-un is Rocket Man, what is America? You guys have more nuclear weapons than probably the world has people. But you can call that guy Rocket Man. Come on, what is Russia? What is China? All you guys have an incredible arsenal of weapons of mass destruction, and not just nuclear weapons. You've got all kinds of things. You've got things that can change the weather and all kinds of stuff. Come on, man. You want to call the little dictator Rocket Man? Why do you think Trump loves him? Why do you think Trump loves him? He loves him. He absolutely loves him because he wants to be him. He wants to be him. He wants a country just like North Korea, so he can just do what he wants. He wants a country like Putin where he can just be the leader of the free world for as long as he feels like it. He loves that. It's what he wants. Why do you think he loves those guys? He's trying to figure out how to do that. He's not nearly as smart as any of them at all, but he looks up to them because he wants their job. I see Kim Jong-un is trying to lose weight though. Elon Musk is the Rocket Man. Elon Musk is the Rocket Man. I thought you guys were calling Kim Jong Rocket Man, but Elon is definitely the Rocket Man. The world would break apart in a matter of days. They probably drop the button in the water. It's an ego battle for real. But I just think that those guys, I think, first of all, not all of them, I think Donald Trump wants to be on their level. Because if there's anything that can be dictator royalty, it's those two guys. And the King of Swaziland. The King of Swaziland is dictator royalty for sure, because he's the last African monarch. And there's no more fantastic, dynamic individual than the King of Swaziland. You got to go check that guy out. That guy's fantastic. But I digress. No one is concerned that 47 loves dictators, but he hates China. Nobody takes these things into consideration. That you're dealing with a man that doesn't use practical common sense, but is operating on a level where he has man crushes with dictators who are very dangerous human beings. I mean, I think Kim Jong is probably one of the most dangerous men in the world. Because if that guy wants you dead, you're going to be dead. Someone is going to blow something on you and poison you. Have you seen some of the stuff that's happened with some of his people? People are walking, trying to get out of that airport or trying to defect, and all of a sudden somebody walks by them, blows something on them, and that person passes out. That brother, that guy, he's a throwback to Genghis Khan. Like that's who he is. He's a throwback, real ancient dictator type dude. I mean, Putin's walking around in a bulletproof suit. That tie is bulletproof. It's probably made of some Men in Black material. But Kim Jong, that brother is Genghis Khan, born again. But these are Trump's friends, and no one. It would make sense to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, he doesn't trust China. They're a communist country. Can't trust the commies. That's what America used to say. Can't trust Putin. He's a dictator, part of a communist regime. Can't trust Kim Jong, dictator, part of a communist regime. We can't trust anybody who's a communist. Okay. I can understand that holistic approach to anti-communism. I understand it. That would make sense, right? It would make total sense. But to say, no, there's certain communists I actually like, and there's certain communists I don't. Who are the communists you like? The guys who are basically killers. The dangerous ones. I like the dangerous ones. But the ones who are trying to actually build trade and help us build infrastructure and creating better technology, and those guys, I don't like them at all. That doesn't make any sense. Not to me. Doesn't make no sense to me. But who am I, right? I'm not a world leader. I'm not sitting in the White House with the nuclear codes in a box. I'm not those people. I'm not the person in charge of the next 4 years of the American stimulus of their economy and the future of individuals who are hoping that this gentleman can turn your country around. I'm not in that position. I'm just here to ask questions. Why does Trump love dictators, but he hates China? That's all I'm here for. If I have to be a slave to protect the children, so be it. I'm willing to sacrifice to protect their souls. I don't know where that conversation came from. I guess there's conversations happening in the chat. But for me personally, that slavery talk for me is over. I like patriots. I like martyrs. I like countries like that. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere in chains. You're taking my dead body, or we're winning. I like that kind of conversation. I like the fact that slavery was never really able to push into countries like Ethiopia, into Kenya, because those Africans said, hell no, ain't happening over here. But anyway, I digress. But this is it. This is the real spiel. I'm going to keep it short today. I'm not going to go too far. I don't want to pressure your brain. You know the answer to this question. Why does Donald Trump love North Korea but hate China? Check out my link. After you get off of this, check out the link. Do your own research. Don't trust me. I'm just a guy on the internet. Do your own research. Why does 47 hate China so much? It's not because Chinese are just communists and he hates communists. It's not. It's because the Chinese have affected Donald Trump's pocket and he's trying to get back. That's the answer. That's the answer. And then you got to ask yourself, why does he love Kim Jong-un and Putin so much? And that answer should scare the hell out of you. This is Del K. Brereton, and this is The Real Spiel. Rot me, Albert. You're late. Come to class earlier. All right? Detention for you. Watch the replay.